Alright, so this one here is going to be one of those questions with three statements. So we're going to have to do 2 to the 3 number of rows. 2 to the 3 is 8 rows. We're going to have to do 8 rows for this problem. Alright, so let's write out our statement so you can see here. Michael Bolton is a hunk. Alright, we'll call that P. Then we got an or, so we write or as that. Madonna cannot sing. We'll call that Q. Alright, if Madonna cannot sing, then cigar does not win the Triple Crown. Alright, so we'll call that R. So down here, cigar wins the Triple Crown. That's not R. Therefore, Michael Bolton is not a hunk. Alright, so not a hunk is the opposite of P, because P said Michael Bolton is a hunk. So not P. So first thing we need to do is write our statement for all of this. So the first sentence is P or Q. Alright. Now the next sentence, and we always join our sentences with the and, with a conjunction, and Q, then R. Alright, then our next sentence, and not R. Alright, all of that stuff leads us to the conclusion, therefore, that we get not P. Alright, so that's half the battle. If you can get that far, you've done quite a bit to get towards this answer. Alright, so let's do a truth table now. So let me get a truth table pulled up here and we'll work through the answers. Alright, so now here's our truth table. And just so you know, a student did ask this, I'll explain here in the video. To create 8 rows, what I do is I basically do the first, for P, do the first 4 false, the second 4, or excuse me, the first 4 true, the second 4 false. Then for Q, I do the first 2 true, the second 2 false, 2 true, 2 false. And then for R, you do 1 true, 1 false, 1 true, 1 false. And that's how you generate all the possible combinations of P, Q, and R. Alright, so now we have this generated, so remember P or Q, if either one is true, then it's true. Alright, so the first 6 rows are going to be true. You can go over and check as I'm doing this. Right. Only the last 2 rows are P and Q both false. That's when P or Q is false. That's when both things are false. Otherwise it's always true. Now Q then R is true everywhere except for when you have true then false. So I see a true then false right there, and then down here on this row here there's a true then false. Right. No other row has true then false, so therefore the rest of these are all true. Right. Now, not R. That's easy. Just change the order of R. So instead of true, false, it's going to be false, true the whole way down. Alternate false, true. So that's not R. Alright, now the next column is going to be the first thing and the second thing and the third thing. So if you remember with and statements, with a conjunction, everything has to be true. So this is going to be false almost everywhere. Right, is there any rows? Let's see if there's any rows where it's all true. And here, this row right here, everything is true. That's the only true row. Otherwise, these other ones have some F's in them. And so remember, for conjunctions, everything has to be true. Now, the final thing is the not P. So let's, instead of going 4 true and then 4 false, we do 4 false and then 4 true. Alright. Now the last one is a conditional here to between all of this stuff in this column, between these last 2 columns that I just did. So remember, that's always true unless there's a true false. Do we have a true false somewhere? And right there, that kills it. Alright, that one right there. The rest of these are all going to be true. But it really doesn't matter if we write the trues in there or not, because as soon as we find one false, then this thing is not a tautology, therefore the argument is not valid. So therefore, based on row number 4, this argument is invalid because of the false right there. Alright, so that's number 77.